Okay. Evil Kool-Aid here. I'm gonna try to show you something that I have found. An interesting way, or a good way of taking a poser figure set. You know, a set piece that's got bones from Poser and bring it into Carrera and make the anything glows object, or make anything glows work with it without having to bring it in and do all the texture work yourself. So first off, we're gonna have to use a different program. I'm using UV Mapper Pro. If you don't have that, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. I tried to do this inside Carrera. I've already actually recorded this tutorial using Carrera itself, and you break the grouping information, so that doesn't work. So anything you can find, any program that can delete pieces of your model but keep your grouping information intact should work with this. So, you know, you can try it in your program and see if it works. Anyway, let's get started. We're going to open a model, and I'm using Skyline Hall from Stonemason. But this works with most figure props. We open the model, which is corridor B. These are remnants of the last try that didn't quite work out. But using UV Mapper Pro, I've done this several times and I have never had a problem. So here we go. You never want to mess with that data. Okay. So here's Skyline Hall. The normals are backwards because you're supposed to be inside it. Okay, we're going to select by material, and we're going to pick everything that glows, which for this model is LED blue, LED red, and light. And I'm sure, I mean, you can add things to this. I mean, if you want the windows to glow, you could do that. I don't particularly want that at the moment, so I'm just going to use the ones that are supposed to be lights. Select those and delete them. Okay? Then you file, save model, and you save it under a new name. I added GLO to the end of it. And that's pretty much it for that. Then you file, you reopen the original corridor, again you don't do that, you select those same materials again, only this time you then inverse and delete everything else. Okay, then we save that model. I added lights to the end of it, and that's all the modifying of the model you have to do. Now you go into your Stonemason file, you open the CR2, and you change your OBJ to your glow. You can just highlight this, right click, replace. Oh, by the way, obviously you've probably figured it out by now. You open it in your text editor. I use Metapad, but you can use pretty much anything. And then you replace all. Generally speaking, there's 2 items. And then you save as all files, and you say, as you can see, I have a remnant of doing this before. on the one that didn't work because of the grouping information. And if you want the picture to show up, you got to duplicate the picture and name it. But if you work with poser files, you pretty much already know that. Anyway, that's pretty much all there is to it. Let's load it. Let's open a new file, medium, standard poser size. And then you open your new one. Okay, there it is. And if you have it, you definitely want to do Fenric Shader Doctor. If you don't have that one and you use poser files, you need to get that. That is an amazing plugin. Okay, see, all your textures are there and they're looking pretty good. Now we import the lights OBJ in, poser preset. And you open that. You see all your lights are there now. And you come in here and you assign your shaders, which generally is just colored glow. And I usually adjust the color, and this is a blue LED, so let's give it a light blue. And then we copy and paste it over here. Now we've got a LED that's going to work. Assign glow colors to all of them. And I'm just doing a simple setup here. It's probably not the way I would necessarily do this if I was actually setting up a scene, but you've got one object that is all your lights. Go ahead and copy that. And insert an anything glows light. Set it to object glow. Paste in the name. Set up the rest of it the way you normally would. I always hit the resync and position mesh. Now I'm going to delete that light and I'm going to turn off ambient. Turn ambient off. I want to see if those lights are actually doing what they're supposed to be doing. And looky there. We've got lights in the scene. All created with one anything glows light. And that's looking pretty good. And this should work with animation too. You could animate the glow channel on any of those shaders, and that animation is going to propagate with the anything glows light. So there you have it. There is a slightly different method with a prop from Poser, because generally props are embedded, so you don't have the OBJ file. But they come in as an object, so you can do this in Carrera. You just have to save the object in Carrera when you're done with it. I also generally will group them together, so now I can move the entire skyline and they are grouped, and then you save it to your objects. If there's any interest, I will do another mini tutorial showing you exactly how to deal with props in the same way if it's requested enough. But anyway, that's how you do it. Thanks a lot. Until next time.